This is one. The Queen's Museum, right behind the Union Square. It's in Queens, really far away. Right, we're in here now. This is what we use for the visiting guide. We get ready to start. Here.
Yeah. That's good. Have changed, but renovation. Yeah.
It's been working on. You can see everyone's here to what do you call this one? Reapplying. Okay, let me give you a closer. There's a tractor. There is a mechanic. The next one is the wall painting. You can see it, and the grass leaves and the lily pad.
Oh, the switchboard. So this, you can make all kinds of sound with this. Yes, by connecting different wires and you have different frequencies, and a lot of electronic music is made with this.
It is like you can hear it while you. It tells you what direction I'll be heading to. It like all those wires is to stay connected. But we gotta finish the wall painting before we get to work here. But I'll tell you what. But this one says the Panorama access during installation. It is. This is the panorama of the city of New York on long-term view.
It's the whole city map.
He says the whole single map. And usually they give you sample A, Lower Manhattan.
This is amazing.
Newton, Jersey. How big was that? And that way for the New Yorkers. Watson goes down Central Park and then Botanical Gardens. You can use like all the way through in the Empire State Building. The One World Trade Center, that was about aftermath of the 9/11. Right here you can, the planes fly down to the town, the city. That was we saw about the same for the 9/11 attack with the Twin Tower. That's Long Island. That was what friend says. Nearby, behind the Manhattan, for the upper right Manhattan, or maybe like at the corner of Manhattan, whatever you prefer, something like that for it. And anyway, it's at the American Museum, which just stands for like AMNH. Floating up here on the plane. That is made just of shiny wires down here from the beginning. It's getting dark in here. It's turning red. Look how the glow was. That's the nighttime.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here it goes, here it goes. During the nighttime, beginning from until midnight. Yeah, it is a nighttime. The light is already on. Over here, there's a light right into the town. The nighttime, it's after the sunset goes down. When it turns blue, really darker, you say goodnight. Here it is. There's a light. That's the tower turns on the light. When after the midnight, from the beginning, 12 until 5 a.m. for it. Can you see? The sun goes up. The lights can show you where the city were for the early morning. Can you see it? This is a time lapse. When the sun goes up after the midnight, begins at the 6 in the morning at the early. Well, good morning, New York. It is the best day, sunny side. And, oh, I see that. All the way for it. But anyway, have a good morning. And you just... I just give it a closer, and then I zoom out.
So, oh, I think yeah.
Oh, we keep going down that way.
The angle that I'm looking
Oh,
at.
here's another plane. Fly way up high. Oh, the lights can show you the city of New York. That tells you where it goes down and when the sunset goes until midnight. There's holes in the airplane flight down to the transportation. After I just saw about the first go down and then go way up here. Here it is. I'm gonna give you a close up. The planes goes down to the lane, landing in here. The hole's almost here. Up in here, and then you're in. Oh, fly the way up here.
That's cool. You can see the shadow of the airplane.
Here's the right here, coming out here, and flies back right through the wire. Oh, and you goes right now. Here it is. Yeah. That is just about Panorama.
Statue of Liberty.
Oh, I see that.
That's the Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island.
Have you guys been to Ellis Island?
We
Yes,
just
we
remember
did.
that.
Last year.
Well, look at the buildings, you know?
And there's the one with the Twin Tower. Over here, when's the Twin Tower that we met for the breaking news about the Twin Tower with the 9/11 attack, Tuesday, September 11th. Here's the Twin Tower.
One building.
But right now, it is the One World Trade Center. The Twin Tower, we can keep real over here in this building. Really far away. the Newton, New Jersey, right behind the Manhattan one, upper right Manhattan. The shadow where you can see it about the city of the Newton, New Jersey, is right behind. That was after. Here is the cruise ship. This is the Staten Island ferry, whatever ferry, taxi ferry.
Staten Island ferry, water taxi ferry, and there's a ferry to take you to Governor's Island.
That's right. Taking the Governor's Island, that's what Fred says. Well, that was the panorama of the city of New York that we just saw. This one here. Now we're going to move on to next. Here, what we have for this artist, there's portraits on this frame. When you use it, this is the, I'm going to give you a sample. Rainbows on it, with the Indians on, the wrapping with the Native Americans. Over here, on top of the moon, wearing the astronauts, astronaut homes, and you just, oh, here we are.
These are
a spacesuit.
They're not Native American.
And you just here in, right, what do you call this in here? I'm going to give you just a quick review. Imagine this. Oh, and the Mars too. Oh, right behind the Mars. But right next to it. Here's the Mars. Out the outer space. That was after the Mars. Inca and Mayans.
Yes.
And Native Americans.
They originated around in South America, rather than Native Americans originate in North America. So they are native, but they're native South Americans.
While celebrating Thanksgiving.
Yes.
You can see there are 6 different colors of the rainbow.
Yes.
On the eye. They're seeing colors, that's where it should look like this one. This is what you use about the re-imaging the Americas. Artists in this section employ, while ranging references from space travel, technology, culture, spiritual traditions, and mythology to tap into science fiction's ability to counter limit through the lens of the supernatural. They present works that illuminate and re-envision terrestrial realities that have is already just erased behind the letter V. It says this to say the word have instead, but it's H-A-V. It's supposed to say like H-A-V-E, like that. But anyway, result from colonial history, immigration, control, or lost the letter O.
Yeah, there's a lot of letters missing.
Right. And the spread of American consumerist culture, and all of which have shaped social and political relationship between the U.S. is interested and Central and what's this letter H for?
I'm not sure.
The America.
South.
South America. Something missing the letters. That's weird.
That is weird.
Right, after the outer space, we're gonna head upstairs. Right onto the wall painting. And you guys, what do we have here? That was after that, right? And now you can go all the way up here. And that way you can tell you why. We gotta go all the way through. This is the water painting in here. You can add holes on it, and this one is just kind of massive shape stuff, but it's probably eaten away. This is the reef. This is for the artist by the Christine Watanago, and what he says. This is her names. Acrylics on there with hair ribbons on it. Oh, and during the winter, it's that breezy over here. Snowmans and then trees and then up the hill. When kids already crafting it, there's all collages, air dry clay, coloring books, and they're already cut up here. This is this is one in the cardboard is made with libraries and then felt fabric. This art is by for kids with a Mandy, which is called Amanda Mandy Shankman. We got here for this one. The Art Access Open Studio. This is all amazing, the drip over water painting for that. This is for Nyla Isaac. This is from the Rob Chin. Like usually you have all the way. This one came from the Greek manif, and from Greeks, whatever you say for it. It's just anyway for all the autumn season. You kind of look at all the details on it, but Rob Chin used to always painting on these grids. And it just match over here. Now David and Gus just made with the Japanese painters, what we always wanted, the females. A lot of Japan's with the fishes and then cherry blossom and bamboos, whatever you got. There's cherry blossom and bamboos over here. David and Gus loves to paint with the Japanese pictures, and he always used with Japan in Tokyo. Now Deborah Cohen likes to stamp with using with sponges. This paint is all stunts around through. Either way for these patterns, stars and circles and triangle shapes. Anywhere this one, either way for the hexagon. Let's talk about the pottery. Matthew Anderson used to make with pottery glasses of clay. This mask over here is on this face. When you mold it on it with this face on it, you can be shining around. But this feature, what you can make an effective one. Before you do the sketches on, this is what Barbara Cohen. Barbara Cohen used to draw. It's made with pastel and the sketch papers. Every student, where you can scroll down. I'm going to show you this picture was. That's what the Barbara Cohen and Matthew Anderson. And you got more here. Marcia Watson's used on this comic frame, like a water pastels or whatever you prefer. It's gliss and it's got blotch and it just shades over here. Now you can't always do about the Art Access Open Studio for young adults with autism and then Art Access. Here is what he used it for in this kind. But if you let me just finish my sentence. And okay, you just want to see about that, but I'm not going to crowd that. Anyway, this one is just mark it out with the crayons on it, and all the access open source for young adults. And however you could prefer that, but it's usually with what either way. Now, writing Kim for all his words, noting that, writing it. Names on it or however, but I'm curious about and say, okay, this one is from the Ming Yu Chang, and she made the gingerbread body. It just what it shapes. There's the zippers on the right to the chest, the googly eyes, and then lips, and then bubble wraps and honeycombs. A shrinking wrap, plastic shrinking wrap. Crayons on it, and there's another one here for a brighter red hearts, and then it felt a world. And at first we did it for the green, but we can do the whole entire. I'm going to give you a closer up. There's the whole grains and whole wheat papers, and it's rubbed over here. Bunch of foils on it, sneakers, pipe cleaners. That was for the Nydia Powell that she made. It has with the shine buttons, old buttons, any junctions or yarns, and then either way, any sparkles on. There's animated comic book feature. This is the artist for. This is by for the Daily Riverboat. Anime feature for used to, we did the same as the Japanese artists. Here's what you have here. Jiao Yin Chao is made with the paper mache. This is the aluminum foil wrapping.
It's inside of a watermelon. Check it out.
Right here, there's a watermelon.
That's how the inside of a watermelon looks like.
And it's sculpted plaster of Paris, and then usually you can also use like paper paste, and it dries so it stays fast. And by the way, there's a soft pom-pom balls on top of the mask, and the tissue papers and feathers, and then also coloring book too. And oh yeah, poster and markers, and even more kinds. There's many antiques going onto this one part. There's on histories where you know, and you just just all the cultures.
No longer using it. It's just computers now.
There's all kinds of the antiques
Like floppy.
anyway for which that's
Oh, the old HP. Look at the typewriter, very old typewriter.
either side of that. Now you usually about Frank King came for this one. You know, it's just pine with the coins on it. This is on whatever model projects. It usually use small toys in there, but only on the other side for this one. But I kept all the way through. It's gotta keep the classical antiques. And we use about the Unisphere, with the globals. There's a National Dog Day, National Dog Championship,
Business.
dinosaurs,
To become merged
Africans. What else we got here? Oh yeah, the auto vehicle, General Electric. So right then, and you should. Here's one. It really shines. Here it is,
together. Queens. That's the Unisphere.
right in the middle.
In the middle.
Yeah, this is the convention center when it took place like years ago.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I didn't see any of this.
Yes.
With Unisphere,
It's not as festive anymore.
it has with the globe in the world on the Earth, celebrating the Earth Day, for example. When it spins around, it rotates.
You know, a lot of business came from all over the world to see this at the World's Fair.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yes, 1961. That's when it happened.
It is just like in 1961 for the beginning.
And in 1965.
If you guys ever saw the
Only
movie
2
Men
years.
in Black, so one
Yeah,
of
that's
the
what we were
last
just talking about.
Right.
scene movie.
Girl Scouts fair experts demonstrated 10,000 wonders. Right in this kind where they're wearing the soldiers on the suits. Life magazines is on, can show you, tells what you got. And there's a guy toys on there. It tells you. There's the posters right here. And one World's Fair. It's marvelous. Don't miss it. I have seen. It's the flag of the Unisphere. The red slash with the blue. Unisphere just spins, and we just saw it just always going to rotate it. That was just in this month for the Earth Day, and like I say, for example, it's the Earth Day. Unisphere just spins around. It's silver. It shines with metal. What we got here for the Queens Museum, we did about the visit guides, and we did about the panorama of the city of New York, and it's just everything always through. It's always for the relatives view and guided with the Heidi Howard and Liz Phillips, and then that's so great for the Queens Museum.